Hey guys, Joshua Gamer here, and today we are doing part 4 of What If Izuku Was Isekai 2 Final Fantasy VII. And where we last left off was when they pretty much were starting to get on an elevator and go to the, what they're called, rafters or something? I don't remember. But pretty much that's when they go and they, something about Reactor 5 if I remember. It's something like that, and they shut down some of the things that work for that. I think it was called plate or something. I don't remember. I am very sorry, but I digress. Pretty much the same as canon. Pretty much they shut off some of the power, like some of the generators or whatever you call them, to pretty much open like a gate to like stop or like open for like a lift or something. I don't remember what it was, but it's the same thing as canon. And of course, something catches Tifa's eye, and it was. Wait. I'm gonna go search it up what it was right now. And where pretty much something caught Tifa's eye, and she went close to it, and then that's when you see a red sphere. Izuku and Cloud tell her, "Hey, what's wrong?" With Tifa saying, "I found a Mako summoning." With Izuku saying, "That's pretty rare. I guess you have really good luck then." Tifa saying, "Yeah, but I don't know if I should keep it though." With both Cloud and Izuku, "You should." With Tifa just saying, "Oh, okay." And the same thing as canon, where Izuku and Cloud go through the same thing. They go to a room to find I'm gonna search up his name again, I'm sorry. Okay, it's Wedge. Now I think, I don't remember completely, I'm sorry. But I digress. Pretty much the same thing as canon for when Cloud thought he saw something, like also like pretty much reacts the same way as canon, with pretty much Izuku just saying, whoa, calm down there, bro. Okay, calm down there. Put the giant sword away. Okay. Pretty much what saying, thanks. Okay, that was pretty close. Pretty much rubbing his neck because he thought he was gonna die, or he decapitated. And then he says, I got what you guys needed. But where's Jesse and the others? Pretty much, Tifa saying the same thing, that Jesse is hurt, so we rehired Cloud. So pretty much the same thing as canon, that pretty much Wedge gives them the grappler shots or grappling hooks, whatever you call them. So pretty much he gives it to them, and Izuku looks at it, with Cloud saying, is there something wrong? And then he instantly says, no, Izuku, no, Storm. And pretty much Storm, aka Izuku, says, but I can do so much improvements in this. It could be so much more. With Cloud saying, no, that's final. With Izuku saying, oh, damn it. Tifa and the others confused, saying, what? What happened? With Cloud saying he was thinking of maybe taking it for parts and then adding it to his gun, which I would think would be good, but not in this situation. Which I would say later. Storm, with Izuku saying, fine, but I will put these parts into my gun. Which Barrett says, I think pretty much thinks that that's a good idea. I'm not gonna do any voices. I'm just gonna talk normally, but I am gonna do like some of the things that they will say though. I won't. So yeah, I digress. Everything goes the same as canon. Pretty much the same as canon to when they entered to a Shinra laboratory, if I remember that's what it was. So pretty much the same as canon goes. They take some parts away so it won't work, and pretty much, yeah. And then we go to the part where they fight the giant robot. I forgot what it's called, but I digress. Pretty much the same thing goes as canon. They were able to fight it off, and they were able to somewhat defeat it. Of course, I think it was the president or CEO, I don't remember, pretty much being extremely salty that his new toy got destroyed. So of course, of course, he felt salty about it. And then pretty much after they were able to destroy it, that's the same thing as canon happens, with both Izuku and Cloud being on the same end of the bridge. Pretty much, Izuku was able to barely make it and get up on the part of the bridge that was broken off, with Cloud hanging off. With Tifa, of course, being worried for Cloud, and Cloud tells Barrett to get her out of here, and him and Izuku can find another way. And pretty much, they promised, but then something happened to Izuku. Izuku, like, he was worrying more about Cloud, he wasn't paying attention, that he actually got hit pretty hard behind the head by a bit of a metal, like a small, not, how do you say, almost like a, something that can't, like, internally, like, not, doesn't hurt him, like, damage, give him, like, extremely bad, hurt him extremely bad, like, it wounded him really deeply, but it gives him a bit of a concussion, a bit. You know? Like, big enough for that, which Izuku doesn't pay attention and just falls off. With Tifa seeing this saying, "Storm!" yelling that out. With Cloud doing the same thing as Canon, but he actually tries to save Izuku, which is Storm, of course. And then pretty much the same thing happens where the rope pretty much rips and they both fall. And luckily, Cloud wakes up with an unconscious Izuku next to him. With then pretty much Aerith appears saying, "Oh, are you okay?" With Cloud saying, "Yeah." And then he looked and saw Izuku saying, Is my brother okay though?" With Aerith saying, "Yes, he's just unconscious. It may take a bit longer for him to wake up, but he will, eventually." And that's when the same thing as canon happens, and when, like, Shinra soldiers, and I forgot the other guy that came with red hair, that came in and tried to attack them. Pretty much the same thing, but Izuku was unconscious, and Cloud asked her if he can take his brother out of harm's way, pretty much just carrying her if he can. With Aerith does, which was a bit actually pretty difficult. Then pretty much Cloud wins the fight, of course, the same thing. And that's when Izuku barely woke up, saying, my head. What happened?" With Cloud, of course, walking up to him saying, you got hit in the back of the head." With Izuku saying, "Really? Damn it. Sorry for being, I didn't keep my guard up, sorry." With Cloud saying, "It's fine, don't worry about it. At least you're fine now, and we pretty much got lucky." And they look, both Izuku and Cloud, well, mostly Cloud goes to where pretty much the hole on the roof of the church, or abandoned church, was. He looks up and he sees that it was a pretty high fall, and they both somehow survived, and were lucky to survive. With Izuku saying, I guess there is a god out there. Pretty much just Aerith saying, are you okay, sir?" With Izuku saying, "Yeah, thanks to you, I was out of harm's way." And pretty much Izuku said, Storm said that he can walk on his own, it's fine, don't worry. With pretty much Izuku saying at Aerith saying, "Wait, aren't you the flower girl? They gave the flower to Cloud?" With Aerith saying, "Oh, you remember me?" With Izuku saying, "Yeah, thanks for the gift." Well, mostly, he should thank you, but either way, thanks for the gift. With Aerith saying, "No problem." And then the same thing as canon happens, that more Shinra soldiers appear, and the same thing as canon. They are getting stuck. They get stuck in another side of the room, with both of Izuku and Cloud and Aerith, of course, go to the other room. And then these cloaked figures appear again, and Izuku says, "Damn it, again? These guys are annoying." With, of course, Cloud blocking the gate. I forgot what he used to block the gate, so he can have extra time. So pretty much, same thing as canon. Cloud, the same thing as canon for Cloud, that something falls off. I don't remember what to stop him to be able to go with Izuku. With Izuku saying, "Cloud, damn it!" Izuku looks around frantically, saying, "What can he use? What can he use? What can he use?" And then he sees the railing thing, like the things that you climb. You know, like in the same thing as Canon, where you climb up on, same like that. And Izuku yells at Cloud, saying, "Cloud, use that to get over here." Cloud looks at where he's pointing, and he says, "Got it." And then that's when he goes back to where he sees, and pretty much is able to do the same thing, go up the ladder, and pretty much close the lid, with Izuku just laughing, saying, "Oh god, oh god, I guess we are luckier than we thought we would be." And Izuku pretty much falls on his back, just because of the adrenaline, with Cloud saying, "Yeah, I guess." God. With Aerith walking off with Cloud saying, "Wait, where are you going?" With Aerith saying, "Oh, we're gonna leave this place, aren't we?" With Cloud saying, "Oh, you know a way out of here?" With Izuku instantly getting up saying, "What, really? Finally." I don't know how long I've been unconscious for, but for me, I would love some fresh air. With Cloud saying, "Don't worry about it, you will soon." With, of course, the same thing as Canon, where they're going through, like, these pieces of metal, and and Aerith almost did fall. Luckily, Cloud was fast enough to catch her. With Izuku saying, "You're pretty clumsy, you know that?" With Aerith saying, "So what?" Pretty much doesn't know what to say, of course. Just a bit embarrassed, doesn't know what else to say. And then that's when they go to the slide with... Of course, Aerith says that she'll pay Cloud and Izuku to be their bodyguard. With Izuku says, "Okay, let's go then. Ladies first." And Aerith says, "Oh, a gentleman, are you?" With Storm saying, "Yes, I know manners, okay?" And pretty much, of course, Cloud was like, didn't want to go, but then Izuku pushed him, which... Of course, he did go down, and Izuku says, "Come, look down below! Look out below?" I don't remember what people say. I'm sorry. And then pretty much, same as Canon, but Cloud almost did go down, like, head first. And then pretty much, before he even hit the ground, he actually put out his arms and then did a bit of a flip. And then pretty much caught himself. With, of course, Izuku just going down and catching himself again. With Aerith surprised that Cloud did that. With Cloud pretty much raising out his sword and saying, "Hey, you weren't going to go down there until I was like, what, second? And you would have taken a long time until like sundown." With Cloud saying, just like murmuring saying, I'm going to kill him one day." And pretty much the same thing as Canon happens, where they go to the little village. They meet Aerith's mother, mostly her aunt, but still her mother. And pretty much, Izuku and Cloud see a lot of nice flowers. With Izuku says, "Oh, these are nice flowers you have here. Are you a gardener?" With, of course, Aerith saying, "Yeah, I am. I do it as a hobby, and it's really nice." And pretty much she just starts talking to one of the flowers, with Izuku saying, And then they look at each other, with Izuku saying, "Strange, but nice." And pretty much Izuku starts looking around the area, and then he sees something that catches his eye. And I know this isn't actually the thing, but like it's a summoning materia, where Izuku found it. Which he says, lucky. And I know it's not like actually there in the game, but I'm doing this for plot reasons, okay? There's a reason I'm doing this. Besides, there's going to be a few material that are going to be missing, but you'll see them soon. Because I don't know all of the material. I have not unlocked all of them in the game. But I digress. And Izuku says, what material is this? And then he looks, and then he goes to Cloud saying, I found this over there. With Cloud saying, "Oh, you found summoning material. Aren't you lucky?" With Izuku saying, "What? But what type is it?" With Cloud saying, "I don't know. I guess we're gonna have to check with someone else that knows it." But right now, let's take a break. Right now, why not? With pretty much Izuku and Cloud agreeing with Tifa saying if they can help like selling some flowers. With Izuku, I'm saying, yeah, sure, why not? We don't have anything else to do for now. And Izuku remembers saying, damn it, I forgot. And he looks around, he frantically looks around, he says, I still have it. Oh, thank God. With Aerith saying, what is it? With Cloud saying, oh, you have your grappler? With Izuku saying, yeah, thankfully. Even though I didn't have to use it as much, but still, thankfully I still had it. With of course, Izuku saying, after, you know what, I'll do this after, why not? This can be done quickly. With of course Izuku and Cloud getting different types of flowers, and pretty much Cloud having a bit of difficulty being social. With Izuku is a bit more easier for him. And pretty much, of course, they do the side quest about the missing about the children that are don't know where they are. And of course, they go to the the playground area where most of the kids go, and stuff like that. With one of the kids going up to Izuku saying, "Why do you have a gun?" With Izuku saying, "Oh, it's not just a gun. I created something really amazing. Look." And he takes out the gun and he shows it that it can turn into a sword. Which the kid that was going up to him saying, "Whoa, that's awesome. Where did you get it?" With Izuku saying, "Oh, I made this myself." With the kid saying, "What? You created something like this? That's so cool. How did you create it?" With Izuku saying, a lot of practice. You won't be able to get it first try, so failure is the best teacher. Failing is the best teacher. So it's a constant, you just need to learn from what you failed and to see what you can improve on it. So pretty much the kid understands saying, "Can you make me a sword?" With Izuku saying, "Oh, a wooden sword? Yeah, sure." And he pretty much made a wooden sword for him, which the kid liked, but he said, "I don't want it like this. I want it like the sword that you showed me." With Izuku saying, "Oh, okay, yeah, sure." And pretty much doing the heirloom sword. With the kid saying, "Oh, this is so cool. Thank you, mister." With Izuku saying, "Don't call me mister, just call me Storm. It's fine." With the kid saying, "Storm?" Like, in a confused way. With Izuku saying, "Storm is my name, so don't worry about it." With the kid saying, "Thank you, Mr. Storm, for the sword, for the wooden sword, so we can patrol this village and keep it safe." With of course Izuku laughing and then doing the patrol saying, "Good luck, soldier. May you keep this town safe. I'll be trusting you." With the kid doing the same salute, with Aerith just laughing and Cloud also smiling. With the kid saying, "I won't let you down, sir." With Izuku just laughing, saying, "I know you won't. But be careful, okay? There might be really bad people here." With, of course, the kid saying, "Yes, sir." And, of course, we continue with pretty much Izuku and Cloud saying that they need a way to go through need a way to go to, was it the fifth? I forgot what it was called. Damn it. But, like the fifth, somewhere. I forgot what it was called, but yeah. The same as canon. And they go through the same highway, if I remember that's what it was, or a tunnel, because Aerith was pretty much showing them the way to go. Same as canon, pretty much, they followed the directions that Aerith was telling them to go through, and also fighting some creatures along the way, which Izuku did not like, but still he was fighting for it. And then pretty much that's when, of course, they go to the city, which I'm gonna go search it up what it was called. I'll be back. I forgot a little detail, which I am extremely sorry, which there was a boss. I forgot the name of the boss, but pretty much the same thing as canon happens with the conclusion of Izuku, which pretty much he was helping with from a long distance attacks, also with Aerith. But the guy kind of got interested in Izuku, thinking that because something about his weapons seemed very familiar to him, but he let it slide for after. And then, of course, the same thing as Cannon. They were able to beat the guy. So pretty much, sorry for skipping that. That's just a bit of like a, you can almost say like a bit of a, just making sure that I got the details, which I am very sorry for missing that part. So pretty much, same thing as Cannon happens for pretty much Aerith showing them where to go, and also the town and area like that. And so pretty much, and I'm also gonna think of this pretty much. There's gonna be something. That's when they get to a certain area. They see bandits, and Izuku just says, first monsters, robots, and now people. Why can't things just get easy? Sometimes. With Cloud saying, I hear ya, but we need to fight our way out of here again. With Izuku just grunting saying, fight, always fighting. When is this gonna stop? But, whatever. Let's just end this quickly. Because I just want to get out of here. With Cloud saying, well, you gotta get a bit serious, huh? Izuku both of them being back to back. Izuku says, yep, let's get a bit serious for this. And pretty much, they were able to beat those guys extremely quickly. Pretty much, they were knocked out, or defeated, whatever you want to call it. And then that's when they get to a certain type of ladder, and that's when Aerith says, oh, we're almost out. With Izuku saying, almost? I thought we were going to leave right after this ladder. With Aerith saying, oh, forgot to tell you, but this place has is a pretty long area. Sorry about that. With Izuku saying, God damn it. Let's just get this over with, come on. And of course, this is when, like, the puzzles appear, and then pretty much the same as Canon. Pretty much, Aerith, not just Aerith, Izuku also goes through the area with the puzzles and stuff. And that's when they were finally able to leave, with Izuku saying, finally. Pretty much just going through this tight area. Then goes to see a park. A small park. With pretty much Aerith saying, we're here. And the same thing as Canon happens. When Aerith tells him, teases Cloud to not fall for her, which Izuku comments saying, oh, he won't. Besides, he already has someone in interest. And Aerith saying, what? Really? Who is she? With Izuku saying, oh, his girlfriend is Tifa. And pretty much, Tifa was amazed, but then looked at the armor that they were both wearing, saying, are both of you soldier first class? With Izuku shocked, saying, wait, how do you... With Cloud also confused, saying, wait, how do you know? With pretty much Aerith saying, oh, I had a really close friend that used to be first class. With Cloud saying, yeah, we're both pretty much first class now, but we decided to leave because of an incident. Aerith saying, what is it? With Izuku saying, it's personal, so sorry if we can't explain it. With Aerith saying, oh, it's understandable, don't worry, I won't pry too much in your past if you don't want me to. You can tell me whenever you are ready. With Izuku saying, shaking his head saying, thanks for understanding. And that's when pretty much Cloud was interested, saying, so, may I ask who this used to be first class soldier's name? And that's when why did I say Tifa? That's why Aerith pretty much said someone's name. With Izuku shocked, and of course Cloud, the same thing as Canon, his head starts feeling fuzzy. and he starts getting a headache, with of course the name being muffled out. And that's when, wait, you know him? With Aerith saying, wait, what do you mean? Of course I do. Actually, we used to date. With Izuku shocked saying, so the person that he was talking about was you. With Aerith like confused saying, what do you mean? With Izuku saying, actually, I met him before, but he sadly passed away protecting me during the mission. That's when Aerith starts to tear up. She says, so he's gone. Izuku says, I'm sorry, but yeah, he's gone. But understand, he may not be here physically, but he's here with us. And he starts putting his hand over his heart, saying, he's here with us. He's here in our memories. We remember him. We don't, through the happy memories that we are with, for the people that we know and remember. So they will not be forgotten. So we tell their tales for others to remember them by, that we have remembered them as we've seen them. With Izuku just looking at his hand, thinking, I wish that I can define destiny and save you, but I guess destiny is difficult to change. But thanks for saving me either way. With pretty much, of course, that's when why am I always thinking Tifa? Aerith gets down from there, and then walks up to Izuku and hugs him, saying, thank you for telling me. I should have known why he didn't visit me that long. With Izuku just hugging her back, saying, it's okay, you can let it out. With Tifa starts tearing up, then cries her whole heart and soul. The amount of pain, and Izuku just feels it. With Cloud also feels the pain that Aerith has gone through. And then a half an hour later, she was able to reconstruct herself in a way. And she says, thank you for letting me know. With pretty much her just drying her eyes because of the tears. And that's when Cloud notices a carriage. And he sees someone in the cart. With, of course, and then he's shocked, and then he starts running towards the cart. And Izuku sees this, and then he follows Cloud, and he says, sorry, Aerith, but I need to go observe him before he does something dumb. Aerith saying, it's okay, it's understandable. With Izuku saying, pretty much bowing and saying, thank you for understanding. And then runs off to where Cloud is going, saying, Cloud, what are you doing? With Cloud looking back at him, saying, I'm trying to get Tifa out of here. And Tifa keeps telling him, Cloud, don't, it's fine. This is part of the plan. With Cloud saying, what kind of plan? You should have told me before you even thought of this. With Tifa saying, you were out, we weren't in contact with you for a few days, and I was worried, and I thought something bad might have happened to you. And we were trying to get information about about a rumor that spread to see if it's real or fake. That's when Cloud heard saying, what? With Tifa saying, you heard me. I'm trying to see if this information is real or fake. Cloud said, what information? I don't remember what it was called, but I feel like it was a numbered plate that was gonna go crashing down towards, I think it was plate 7 or something? I don't remember, sorry. But that's when Izuku was hearing saying, what? That rumor, why? With pretty much, Tifa says, Shinra thinks that our main operation is going there, like the main HQ is there. So we have to, with Izuku saying, understand, but still doing this? It's dumb. With Cloud saying, I agree with him for once. With Izuku saying, for once. Pretty much, of course, Izuku is still running. Well, jogging more like it. To catch up. With Tifa saying, it's fine. I'll be fine. Okay? And that's when Tifa kind of gave him a kiss in the lips. With that kind of shocked Cloud and somewhat Izuku. With Izuku saying, so now you have the guts to tell him when you're about to die. With Tifa saying, oh, shut up. Besides, I know you guys I'll be able to have my backs later, okay? With Cloud saying, yeah, sure. Still in shock because he was kissed. And Tifa says, I'm sorry, Cloud. With Cloud saying, for what? And that's when Cloud gets pushed off the cart. Of course, Izuku catches him, but also that's when they're rolling on the ground. So, like how in anime, like when you roll on the ground, it's kind of like that. So pretty much it was that for a bit, and that's when Aerith starts pretty much saying, "Hey guys, wait for me!" Pretty much yelling out for Izuku and Cloud, well, mostly Storm and Cloud. With pretty much Aerith saying, you guys have extremely good stamina. Pretty much out of breath for pretty much jogging a lot, or running in this case. And Izuku saying, so, we need to try to get to her. The same thing is canon to where Izuku goes to the main place and goes there. Pretty much told by one of the guards to leave if they're not like a participant, and I believe it was one of the headmasters or something. And pretty much the guy with the coin did the same thing, and pretty much I'm just gonna go to the choices that I made, and it's like the massage, the woman that does the massage thing, it's like that. I'm gonna do that one. So pretty much the same thing as canon. And then pretty much the woman asked for one of the two boys to go, with Izuku pretty much instantly pushing Cloud up in front, with the woman saying, why wouldn't you want one? With Izuku saying, sorry, but I'm fine. I feel great. I don't need one. With the woman saying, sure. Wait. Where were we left off again? Let me remember. I believe this is when pretty much, yes, the massage after pretty much the same thing, and when she tells them that they should go to the, I don't know, I remember now, they had to do something for her first, which is pretty much the bandits that are causing trouble for the whole town. Before she lets them go to the invite for the girl. And of course, she pretty much they do some of the, of course, some of the missions, side missions. And that's when they're told, after they finish the side mission that they were told by the woman, that's when they are told that they have to go to Battle Royale, but not the girl. Both of you men have to. That's when Izuku says, really? Both of us? I think that... Sorry. I'm having a bit of ice cream. Sorry if you hear the crunching. So pretty much that's when Izuku says, okay, so where do we go? That's when they're told to go to pretty much the arena area and also stuff like that. Pretty much Izuku and Cloud are told to go there. And the guy that says, oh, you two are here to work here or something, or what? With Izuku saying, actually we're here to fight, in the arena. With the guy saying, oh, so you're qualifying. With Izuku saying, yes, pretty much. What do I call you to? With Izuku saying, we're brothers, so... And the man says, so you two are brothers. Okay. I think I have an idea for your name, but either way, you have to pay this much to enter. With Izuku and Cloud saying, okay. With, of course, both of them paying half. Okay, sorry, I was eating ice cream again. But either way, I digress. So pretty much, same thing as canon happens. They fight the house of whatever it's called. I forgot what it was called. They also went through a few fights with people, actually. At first, they hated the two brothers. They're called Brothers of Chaos or something. It's just a name I made up in the moment, okay? So pretty much, then first they hated them. Then later on, they started becoming some of them. They started, both Izuku and Cloud starting having fans. With Aerith really surprised by this. By pretty much the amount of fans they're getting really quickly. With Izuku and Cloud looking at each other and just fist bumping, saying, that was fun. With Aerith saying that you need just one more to go to finish the championship. Good luck. With Izuku saying, yep, hey, don't worry about it. We'll finish it really quick. With Izuku just showing up the guns again. And pretty much, this is when you hear both Cloud and Storm, Strife, please go to the fighting arena. Thank you. Stuff like that. And then, pretty much, that's when they both get inside and the hype man tells them, prepare yourself for the fighters, our new champions, the Brothers of Chaos. Pretty much, and of course, everyone just cheers for them like, Brothers of Chaos, yeah, stuff like that. But there's still some little amount of people that boo for them. And then this is when things get crazy. This is the house, or like the Chaos House, whatever. And Izuku sees this thing. Damn it. I wish he wasn't like this. But, whatever. Let's do it, right? With Cloud just smiling, saying, yep. And pretty much, Cloud pulling out his sword and Izuku getting out his guns. They're able to fight it with Izuku shooting ice bullets at it when it's on the fire form. With Cloud, of course, like doing the most physical damage, of course, which helps it, which does work. With pretty much everyone just cheering for them, like seeing this battle that the two brothers are fighting head to head on the champion or whatever. And then when they see that they actually defeated it, they were amazed with the guy saying, I don't believe it, folks. Can you see that these two brothers have obtained the impossible? They were able to reach the end. And also, and pretty much like that, saying, these are two of our new champions. Stuff like that. And people yell, are extremely hyped that they saw this. Because it was amazing. Because no one was able to do this. And it didn't happen. And then a man understands, sees this, and walks away. With the guy with the coin saying, they just got lucky. With the woman saying, luck isn't everything. It's mostly, there's also skill in it too. And besides, if I'm lucky to have them, I guess that luck does work, huh? With the guy getting a bit frustrated that she used luck, that she was able to get those two people. And then, And okay, where we last left off, pretty much the woman, they go back to the spot, to the massage area, and that's when they see the woman, which the woman is very happy to them, saying, thank you very much. Now that you did what I wanted, I shall do you the favor of making the dress that he will like. With, of course, that's when the same thing as canon for Aerith. She pretty much pushes both Izuku and Cloud out the store. And she said, if you both of you ever think of staring, taking a peek, I'm going to get your eyes out of your sockets. With Izuku saying, don't worry, we won't. Pretty much just putting up his hand saying, we won't take a peek. Well, I guess we can just walk around, maybe. With the woman saying, yes, I think that's fine also. And that's when pretty much both Izuku and Cloud just walk around, just enjoying things. Izuku got a bit hungry, so he says, why don't we eat a bit? With Cloud saying, yeah, that's fine. And then we can head to the main house, to the bridge. Pretty much the same place as canon, to where you see Aerith in the dress. Pretty much the same thing as canon happens for both Cloud and Izuku that were waiting for Aerith. Pretty much Aerith appears in an extremely beautiful dress with the help of Jack. Yes, it was the help of Jack that's pretty much telling everyone to stand up behind, like get away from her and stuff like that, and puts out a red carpet that's headed straight for Cloud. And Cloud just looks at it and saying, with Izuku, Cloud just is speechless, with Izuku just whistling saying, I guess seeing her like that, I guess you could switch girlfriends. With Cloud just punching him, saying, with Izuku saying, ow, I'm joking. Ow. You don't have to punch that hard, man. With Cloud saying, you should shut up once in a while. With Izuku saying, okay, I get the message. Okay, geesh, I was just joking. With of course Aerith saying, I'm ready. And it feels weird wearing high heels. It's killing me. With Izuku saying, hey, you look fine. And that's when they see a couple of females that are wearing being costumes. With Izuku confused saying, what is happening? With the woman saying, I forgot the guy's name, but pretty much she says, he is summoning you. He wants you pretty much to meet. And of course, this is when Cloud, Izuku, and Aerith go to the honeycomb, if I remember it was called. Same as canon. And that's when pretty much Aerith is taken away by the girls and pretty much said, which one of you can dance better? Pretty much asked both Izuku and Cloud, which Izuku pushes Cloud, with Cloud saying, really? With Izuku saying, you know I can't dance. Pretty much showing that he can dance. Well, Cloud, who I'm talking about. Same thing as canon. Cloud dances, with Izuku just saying, I'm so lucky that I did not go on stage. And that's pretty much when they see the dance moves and the maze, and then that's when they see the guy, the host of the whole place, going up to Cloud, giving him makeup and stuff. Izuku's like, oh my god. He's trying to hold his laugh together. He's trying to hold himself together. But he's like clapping, saying, good job, Cloud. With Cloud just looking at Izuku, giving him the death stare. With Izuku just, like crossing his arms, saying, I am thankful that I am horrible at dancing. Oh my god. Thank you, God, for making me a horrible dancer. Pretty much the same thing as canon. Cloud gets makeup all over him and he looks like a girl. With them getting out of the honeycomb, if I remember that's what it's called, please don't hate me. With Izuku saying, well, okay, sister, I didn't know that you were that you could. And Izuku, and this is when Cloud punches him in the face. With Izuku saying, oh god, I was joking, damn it. Fine. Ow. Pretty much Storm just crouching saying, ow, it was a joke. Ow. With Cloud saying, shut up. We shall never speak of this and never mention it. Understood? With Izuku just looking up, with Cloud giving him the death stare, like extremely more like murdery, like an extra murder look. He's like, okay. He just says okay, and just like zips his mouth, like shows that he's zipping his mouth, like to say nothing. And Cloud says, good. And pretty much they start walking to the house, with Aerith just compliments Cloud, saying that he's pretty and he looks good as a girl. With Izuku was about to say something, with Cloud saying, don't you dare, or I am going to slice your throat in half. With Izuku saying, I was about to say you look good in the dress, but okay. With Cloud just pretty much taking out the knife, saying, Izuku says, oh, I'm sorry, okay. I'll shut up. And that's when Izuku says, oh, why don't we go save your girlfriend then? Oh, you too. Pretty much the same thing as canon, with Izuku just falling onto the ground saying, dear God, what have I gotten myself into? Pretty much, of course, the same thing as canon, for Tifa, Cloud, and Aerith being taken to the dungeon, and Izuku waiting outside for, like, the signal. And that's when Tifa notices it's Cloud. She starts to snicker, saying, is that really you, Cloud? She just starts, like, chuckling. And Cloud says, please, okay, I know, I got it spot on, let's just not talk about it. Okay, let's continue with the mission and get you out of here. With Tifa saying that she needs the information, and besides, the door's locked. And of course, Cloud and Aerith, and also Cloud introduces Aerith to Tifa and Tifa to Aerith, which is say, nice to meet you. You too. And that's when Tifa says, wait, so are you Cloud's girlfriend? That's when Tifa starts blushing, saying, and then she just says, yes, I am. And Cloud was a bit surprised, but he didn't show it because of the poker face. And pretty much, and Aerith says, aw, he's taken. That's sad, but is your brother taken? With Cloud saying, I think he is. With Tifa saying, oh yeah, he is. He dates Jessie. Actually, that's what Jessie's telling me, but I'm not sure. With Cloud saying, I guess we can make fun of both Jessie and Storm. With Tifa saying, yes, finally, revenge for that. And pretty much, that's when the whole plan goes together. Cloud able to pretty much gets out of the costume and takes out the sword, defeats all the bad guys that were in the main room, and pretty much opens the door. Well, mostly knocks out one of the other guards actually lets Izuku in, which is the guy with the hat. I forgot his name. And Izuku says, what's happening? What the guy saying? Come on. With Izuku saying, why are you... With the guy saying, I'm not gonna explain, just saying, let's just go. That's when Izuku goes to the place, same as canon. Pretty much the guy does the same thing as canon, pretty much getting them into the sewer. And everyone is confused of where they are. And Cloud wakes up and picks up Tifa with pretty much Aerith saying, ow, my head. And she looks around saying, where's Storm? With Cloud saying, just shocked saying, Storm! With Izuku saying, I'm up here. Izuku saying, I'm up here, don't worry. Ow. Pretty much holding his head. And then that's when Izuku says, they all hear a roar. With Cloud saying, Storm, do you know what that was? Of course, Izuku says, no, and I don't want to know, so let's get the hell out of here. If there's a way, that is. With, of course, the same as canon. No, wait, was it the guy? But pretty much the guy didn't get caught. He wasn't there in the room. He just let Izuku in, just as, like, and pretended to be, like, knocked out. So pretty much, Izuku says, damn it. I guess. And pretty much, of course, Cloud yells at him saying, get down here, Storm! Izuku says, I'm going, don't worry, calm down, calm down. And pretty much that's when Izuku jumps off and does a bit of a safety roll. Like, you know, like in those parkour rolls to, like, not get damaged, like, falling on your, like, when you're jumping and, like, falling into the ground. Stuff, it's like that. With Cloud saying, okay, so we have everyone. But what was that? And instantly, they hear the wall get destroyed. And Izuku says, he just doesn't want to look to his left, to his right, and he says, please, please, just let it be sewer water. Please let it be sewer water. That just broke through the wall, and just, please. And then that Cloud said, yeah, I don't think that's gonna happen anytime soon. And that's when Izuku turns and he says, God damn it. And that's when the monster appears, and the same as canon, they fought it, which, of course, it left, making a bit of a hole in the wall, with Izuku saying, just looking through it, saying, damn it, that bastard left, or whatever that thing is. With Cloud saying, we should get out of here, we don't want to continue this fight. With pretty much Izuku and Cloud doing the same. Izuku and Cloud agreeing with each other, Aerith and, of course, Tifa just following them. With Izuku saying, what is this place? And that's when they hear saying, so you're lost too? So you're lost, huh? With Izuku pretty much on guard, pulling out the gun, saying, just looking at the guard that let him in, saying, it's just you. I don't remember if it was Tifa or the guy that, like, guided them. If it was the guy that guided them, I'm just gonna say that he's the one that's guiding them. Or if Aerith's the one that's guiding them through, I'm just gonna say that there's like a little voice that's telling where Aerith is telling them to go. Pretty much, I don't remember. Okay, I only remember them going through the sewers and like doing a lot of fights. That's all I remember. That's mostly from what I remember. And that's when pretty much Izuku and Cloud appear in a little area where the sewer water is running. With Cloud seeing that on the other side there's an exit. With Izuku saying, we can just go around it. With Cloud saying, yeah, that's true. Why not? And that's when something catches their eye. Something red. With Izuku saying, I know what it is, but part of me doesn't want to get it. Cloud saying, me too, but something tells us that we're going to need it soon. With Izuku saying, yes, I agree with that. So pretty much they pull the lever, and that's when they see a red orb. A materia. If I remember, that's what it's called. And it's not any materia. With Izuku saying, it's a summoning materia. With, of course, Cloud rubbing it on Izuku's shirt, and Izuku saying, you bastard, what the hell? With Cloud saying, well, that's the only way to get it clean now. Izuku saying, not the only way, you bastard! Izuku being annoyed, and pretty much, Cloud something tells Cloud to give it to Aerith. With Aerith is confusing, why are you giving this to me? With Izuku saying, you might need it, besides, me and Tifa already have one. And Cloud just doesn't want one for some reason. With Cloud saying, no, it's just that I feel like I should give this one to her. And pretty much, that's when they go through an area which looks like the lab. With Izuku says, is this another secret lab or something? How many labs are we going to bump into? And Cloud says, who knows? A lot of stuff is happening. With pretty much the same thing as canon, they're able to use like little boards to get across of the water, which the bridge was broken. And pretty much, Aerith almost fell down to the sewage water. And pretty much, Izuku says, oof, that would have been bad. Aerith says, thanks. Ooh. With Izuku saying that, yeah, that would have stinked. With pretty much Tifa, Cloud, and Aerith looking at him saying, Izuku says, what? It was a pun! Don't you get it? With Cloud saying, oh my god, not now. Anytime, any other time is fine, but now is not the best time. With Izuku saying, okay, don't worry, I understand. And they go through the fights again, and also that's when they see a way out, because Tifa is leading them this time, saying, and this is like, I believe it was like when, this part was when they see it, but there's like a water of like pretty much dirty water of sewage in front of their way, and they see a control panel, which says low, if I remember it was like low water or something like that. And that's when Izuku and Cloud see, oh crap. Pretty much the same thing as canon happens with like the little pumping thing. So pretty much the water, a little bit of water disappears, they're able to see the path. They walk towards it, but something happened. When they were going to cross the bridge, these monsters appeared. And everyone got out their weapons. Tifa was ready to punch. Cloud took out his sword. Izuku took out his pistols. And then Aerith took out her wand? No, not wand. Whatever, rod. Metal rod, whatever it's called. But pretty much the same thing as canon, with each of them taking an enemy. Pretty much Cloud and Izuku are the most experienced on fighting, of course. Besides Tifa, pretty much they were having it a bit easier, and Izuku used his guns to kill them easily, and helping. Wait, for some reason the name. I'm gonna go search up the name. I'll be back. For some reason, I forgot the name of Aerith there for a second, but we continue, and pretty much the same thing as canon happens. Aerith, Tifa, Izuku, and Cloud narrowly escape the horde, while Izuku was pretty much backing both Cloud and pretty much all of them, pretty much because Izuku has the firepower of the guns, and pretty much everyone goes up the ladder, with Izuku pretty much like running and like saying, "God damn it!" and pretty much climbing up. And then he's being helped by Cloud. And of course they see, pretty much before they were about to close it, Cloud was about to close it, a hand pops up. With, of course, Izuku just shoots at it saying, "Damn it, die already!" And of course that's when the hand goes down and they hear a bit of a scream and a bit of a thud. A really loud thud. That's mostly because the body went down and hit the others to get them off balance off the ladder and hitting the floor. With Izuku just saying, "Hurry up and put it down, damn it!" With Cloud saying, I'm going! And that's when they put the manhole cover, I believe it's called. And, of course, Izuku, just kind of scared that this might happen again, just puts a bit of fire in each corner saying, "There. I hope that holds on for long." With Cloud saying, "Yeah, me too. Me 3 and me 4 for pretty much Aerith and Tifa." And then they turn around with Tifa saying, "The train graveyard." Izuku saying, "Oh, you heard of this place?" With Tifa saying, "Yeah. Barrett's daughter always told me about legends about this place." And that's